kind of interesting. And I'm surprised it's actually able to stop right here at the sign with the rail crossing. And there it goes down. That's pretty interesting. I've never seen a train stop for a road crossing before. That's kind of neat. All right, so just to show a sense of scale, here's the Dover Oak behind, and then Hawkeye's on the left. Wave, Hawkeye. Hey, there you go. So we are starting out. We appreciate Chris for shuttling us out here and being willing to slack pack us today. So we've got a 20-mile slack pack today in blazing heat. They're supposed to have a crazy heat wave today. So we're going to be off like a herd of turtles and get up the trail and see how quickly we can do 20 miles. We've got new footwear this morning, both of us. Hawkeye's got some Keen boots that he thinks are going to be wider and feel better. I'm back to my North Face shoes. The Solomons were not horrible, but I just like my North Face shoes. So we were able to get some of those. Sally, I shipped them to my sister-in-law, and she brought them in this weekend. So we are off, and we will check with you up the trail. Well, our starting out hike this morning has been through grasslands and a fairly narrow path, but a little up, little bog boards, but not been bad. Of course, we're not carrying very much either. We're down to minimal food, lots of water, because it is going to be really hot today. And we're just kind of moving on up the way here. So we'll check with you as we get through the day and show you what we see. I think we have a few views in front of us today. Right now, oh, well, yeah, there's a ridgeline behind us. Sometimes you forget to look backwards. You get so focused on going forward that you forget to look where you've been. So beautiful day today, and we're excited about having a good day. Prayerful that Hawkeye's boot solution will be the right answer, and that we can get moving on up the trail with greater speed than we've been doing. It's not that we need to blow out time and everything and miles. I've been doing some long range planning, trying to finish this up when I'd like to be finished. And you know, if we can average 15 miles and a half a day, then we'll get done by the time I want to finish. But the problem is, in between here and the finish line are the White Mountains in southern Maine, which I know will cut into our daily mileage. I just don't know by how much. My fear is it will be substantial for me because there's so much climbing there, and climbing seems to be still my nemesis, even though, you know, we're at mile marker somewhere around 1,450 miles, and I still have to go slowly up the climbs. But yeah, we'll figure it all out, and we'll go as far as fast as we can do so with maintaining our health. We still try to still plan to try to take a day off every week to rest and heal, because I think that's important. But we'll just have to sort of see how things go. Our next planned stop is in 3.5 or 4 days, I guess it is, in Great Barrington, Vermont, I believe. So we're headed in that direction. Whether it's Vermont or Connecticut, I should know that, but you'll know, or you'll Google it. I'll look it up later on. But that's our next planned stop, several nights out from now, and we've already got a reservation since it's going to fall on a weekend. So anyway, we'll check with you up the trail today. Well, I wanted to show you about the trail this morning. Hope this keeps up. We are completely walking on dirt and roots today, and I like it. The roots not so much, but I can testify that my new shoes are root approved. I just kicked one. I did not utter any explicatives, and just kept right on getting it. Of course, roots aren't as hard as rocks sometimes, but nice walk this morning through the woods. Birds are singing, sun's out. It's a beautiful day. Heading into the marshlands this morning. We just saw a day hiker who said there's some through hikers in front of us. And come to think of it, I think there was a shelter just a little ways back from where we started today. But we've got a boardwalk this morning down through the marsh and the swamp and the whatever you call this. And and it's beautiful, except for the fact that it's very exposed. Although it's only 8:30, 8:45, it's not too terrifically hot yet, so for that I'm grateful. But we'll take a boardwalk for this little while this morning. Well, we're coming to the end of the boardwalk this morning, and if we were so inclined, we could buy a train ticket into New York City. So this is the Appalachian Trail train stop, and I'll have to go over here and take a look at it more carefully. It doesn't come regularly. Oh, that's a cork board. There's no information on there. But anyway, Southeast White Plains, New York. Leave no trace. Metro North Railhead. So very cool. This had been our destination a few days ago, and with Gavin's blisters we pulled up, but I've checked with him this morning, and things seem to be going really well for him today, for which I'm very grateful. So we're getting ready to cross 22. If we had wanted to, we could have come here and camped yesterday, day before, whenever, but anyway, neat little place right here. Here comes Hawkeye out of the woods. He's snacking. Snacking is important. More importantly today is going to be drinking lots of water, because it's going to be hot, really hot today. So anyway, welcome to the Appalachian train station. How's the feet doing?
Good.
Good, glad to hear. So new Keen boots this morning. He thinks they're going to be good. So I'm very, very thankful for that. That's an answer to prayers, and we're going to head on up the trail. Still working our way through some marshy stuff here. Doesn't seem to be too wet, but we do have these bog boards. It makes for pretty easy travel. Not too terribly hot yet, but I know it's coming. I can already tell that I'm gonna have to drink a lot of water today, but that'll be what it'll be. Not exactly something that you would expect to see along the Appalachian Trail, because most people are not gonna hike out a book, but they might read one while they're here. A little free library. There's a tent pad right there, and we're actually at the Wiley shelter right over here. I'll show it to you real quick. Hawkeye stopped to retie his boots. I was just kind of looking to see where the trail goes from here. It must go straight on through, because that's not it. It came from the left over here, but they've got a fireplace and a nice shelter right here. Hawkeye's doing his boots, and oh wow, Wiley shelter established 1940. It says right there. Interesting. So it's an older one. Nicely flowing mountain stream this morning. I like it. We've passed a few streams. I think I like this one the best. It's really, really rolling here. We stopped a little while back to get water, but I think I would rather have gotten it from here. I think it would have been a lot faster. But anyway, moving ourselves along. We're about 8 miles in today. Making pretty good time. That last split, we're doing 1 hour splits. The last split was about 2 miles an hour, but we stopped for 15 minutes or so filtering water. So that probably accounts for that. So we're probably not in too bad a shape, making an average of about 3 without stops. And we'll stop one more time at least, maybe twice for lunch and water, I suspect, because it's hot today. I was looking at the thermometer on my pack, and last I looked at it, it said 82. I think it's supposed to get into the 90s or low 90s today with a heat index of 95 or so. So it's going to be hot. It's going to be humid. It doesn't feel as humid though as it does at home. So I told several folks, I know that it's hot for up here, but it seems really normal, a normal summer day for us. So maybe we won't have any issues. We're hoping not anyway with heat. Sounds like we got another stream. Aha, we do. I wonder if this is the bridge that was supposed to be washed out. Yep, it is. There's a nice rock hop right there. I'm going to take a picture of it, but I think I'm going to need 2 hands to cross it. I like that down there better than the rope part over here, though. But really pretty creek right here. Let's see, I'm going to go down this way and I'll shoot back upstream and give you a better view of it. And right there's my crossing point, so no big deal with that. But here's what we're looking at. Man, I have to show you this. We're still up above this creek down here, or stream, or whichever you'd rather call it. And walking through open forest and ferns and on the ground, on dirt. Beautiful walking this afternoon, or this morning. It's not quite lunchtime yet. Making pretty decent time today. Not banging up the feet too badly. Hawkeye's boots are still doing okay. So hopefully prayers have been answered in that regard, that was the thing he needed to get moving on up the trail. And we're praying for a good day today. So far it has been an excellent day today. Well, I didn't expect this so early in the day, but I guess that's what that purple line was on the map. So I think we're probably going to be crossing back and forth across the state line for a while today. And then we will eventually cross into Connecticut proper. But Hawkeye, congrats on another state.
Thanks, you too.
We can tick another one off the list. I think we actually get to tick this one off twice today, but it is what it is. We're making our way up the trail and hiking well today. Well, here's another sign welcoming us to Connecticut. We'll go past it. And like I said, I think we weaved the state line for a while today, and then we finally cross one more time and we leave New York behind us completely. But that'll be a little bit later in the day, I believe. Well, we have reached the top of 10 Mile Hill. Elevation 1,000 feet. Hawkeye and I have sat here on this tree limb and or dead tree and had our lunch. You can see how much we're sweating because you can see the sweat stain on the log right there where I just sat. It's hot today. Hawkeye was saying he was getting a little bit dizzy, so we both had electrolytes. We've cameled up. We've got water. I think we decided in about a mile or so, or thereabouts too. We've still got water in our bags. We're not out of water, but we definitely will be cameling up and having more electrolytes as we go up the way to replenish some of what we're sweating out. So we'll see you up the trail. Well, 10 Mile Shelter is right back over that little area right there. I'm not going to walk over there because we don't need to go there. We will have a stream crossing here just a little bit. I think we have the 10 Mile River right here. I am going to show you that. Can't believe I've not stopped already. Beautiful flowing river, probably a good trout stream. Wonderful area, but I think the guide says don't drink this water. Wait till you get to the stream up here above that's going to flow into this that may be less polluted. I think our shuttle driver said something about PCBs the other day. Oh, there's an egret in the water right there. Let's see if I can zoom in. Well, there's optical zoom. Let's go to digital now. How about that? Just kind of hanging out. Just chilling. A beautiful, beautiful river here. Well, here's our bridge over the 10 Mile River. There's a sign, Ned Anderson Memorial Bridge. Let's tighten up on that just a bit. You can read it if you want to by zooming in. We'll go right there. And we'll go back to normal. And I'll get up this thing and I'll show you the river, I think. Oh, we got some. Oh, you talking to me? Where?
Right there.
Oh.
Hi.
Who's down there? Oh, yeah. Hey, guys. Here, I'll come down and visit. Let me take this picture. Awesome view of 10 Mile River. So we've got Garden and Mystic down there.
Yeah.
We've not seen them in a little while, so I'm going to go down and visit. All right, so we took the suggestion and we came down and we soaked our feet down here below the bridge. So beautiful river right here, peaceful. I'd love to stay here for hours, especially as hot as it is. I'd love to just get out there and swim for a while, but we've got 8.5 more miles that we got to get done today. So we're going to head up the trail just shortly. All right, crossing the river, take 2. We did sit down there and soaked our feet. I would love to have gone swimming because it really wasn't all that cold, but I didn't want to hike in shorts that are any wetter than what I'm wearing right now. But my shorts are almost absolutely soaked through from just perspiration today. This is a really nice bridge. We should have a stream up here not too far. We're going to stop and get another dose of electrolytes since it's so hot today. And I I think that'll be our last water stop that we'll need before we get to our shelter area. So we'll check in with you up the way a little bit. Wow, I can't tell you about today. Since we left the river, we've been climbing. It's been a while, and we're going slowly because it's hot. We're both hydrating, we're sweating. Gavin's a little dizzy, but we're trying to go slowly. And we're up here on the top now. We've got a nice breeze that'll help cool things down a little bit. And we've got a beautiful view that I wanted to share with you. We're about 6 miles from the shelter, and we're gonna make it. It's gonna be a slow afternoon, but we're gonna make it. It's about 3:30 or so, I think now, and we've got a little ways to go yet, but we'll be in touch with our shuttle driver who's got our gear, and we'll let her know we're on the way, we're coming, and we're gonna get there. So thinking positive thoughts and moving forward. All right, so there's a state line. I think this is our last one into Connecticut proper. So goodbye, New York. It's been fun, it's been rocky, but sorry about that. We're ready to get on into Connecticut. So we are later in our day than we expected to be. It's been a hard day today. It's been a struggle in the afternoon because it's been hot. We've had a few climbs, not bad ones, but it's just so hot, and we're probably heat exhausted a little bit. That have made the climbs seem harder than they needed to be, but we're still moving forward, headed towards our shelter area. We'll have to run past and get our gear from our driver, Chris, and settle in for the night with some friends. Well, I'm gonna pause briefly. We've got a view. We've been working, I think, a little bit of an up. Now we're on a down, and we are spent. We're 20 miles in the day is what we're trying to get. It's been the hottest day that we've been out here, and we are tired and exhausted, eager to get to the shelter, but once we get there, we've got to go just a little bit further to go down to a road crossing and get our gear, but that'll be all right because our shuttle driver is going to have us some cold drinks down there, so that'll be good. So we'll check back in shortly. So I didn't video very much late in the day. And just as soon as I get my car out, we've got some cars coming. So we are in a heat advisory, I think all up and down the East Coast for the next few days. We had planned a 20-mile day, and we got it. We did it. We even slack packed it, but it was brutal. We had a few uphills. Okay, motorcycles. This is Cornwall Bridge, I think. Yeah, Cornwall Bridge, Connecticut. I'm walking back from the ATM because there was a cheaper rate at the hotel if we paid with cash. So yes, let's save $22. So anyway, we really struggled after lunch day, just I think because of the heat. We had a few uphills that were 600 or 800 feet, not really that steep, nothing that we hadn't done for 1,450 or pushing on 1,500 miles. And I was having to stop every 10 or 20 feet to catch my breath. So it was a really slow day. You know, normally a 20-mile day, we would figure to be done by 4 o'clock, and it was closer to 7 when we got to the shelter. We actually had to go past the shelter about 0.3 miles and meet our shuttle driver who had our gear. And it was a steep, rocky downhill of 0.3. And we got to the bottom and said, you know, we're not sure we can make it back up in under an hour. And we're just both beat. So we asked the shuttle driver, she said, well, there's a couple of hotels around. So we're actually hoteling tonight. I've got to reconfigure mileage because our next few days are a 17 and a 20 and a something. And I think it's supposed to be just as hot tomorrow and the following day as it has been today. So I'm gonna have to go back and refigure and find a route that'll get us into Great Barrington probably a day later than we had planned, which is not ideal, but it is what it is because we don't want either one to have heat stroke or heat exhaustion out here or anything worse. So that's our plan. We're gonna stay in tonight. We've got air conditioner, I've showered. Hopefully the air conditioner has kicked on and we'll be comfortable tonight. It was still kind of warm in the room when I left, walking it towards the ATM, but it'll kick in and be okay. We've ordered a pizza, which, you know, we hadn't planned on buying pizzas tonight either, but yeah, this is what we needed to do for today. That's what we needed to do for today, and that's what we've done. So we're staying at the Hitchin Post Hotel up here. I won't keep you longer, but anyway, we got our miles in today, but they were tough miles and it was a hard, long day, and we'll see you first thing in the morning.